So I'm back down in Playa Flamenca and back down at a job that I've been doing in a house next door. You might have seen it on Facebook. A house next door to where I had done work previously caught fire on Monday, and the place is absolutely gutted, and it was completely frightening for the person involved because, and what makes it even more scary for me is I did talk about the fact that I had a motherboard, that the motherboard on the laptop basically was knackered. And the guy at the computer shop said, "Have you had a power surge?" And I said, "I don't think so." And he said, "It looks like there's been some kind of power surge, and that is what's blown the motherboard on your computer." Now, luckily enough, there was no damage done. It was only the laptop that was completely knackered, and I was in a fortunate position to go and get a new computer. But this woman left her laptop on a desk, on a table next to her sofa. And she went out on a school run. She was away 20 minutes, and when she came back, the house was completely engulfed in flames, which is unbelievable. And when you think about, I mean, I've seen pictures, I don't want to post pictures of the inside of the house. I have had the privilege of seeing pictures of the inside of the property, and it's completely gutted. I'll show you just roughly what it's like, but it's terrible. And whilst everyone likes their little place in the sun and their holiday homes, and the fact that Playa Flamenca is just near Villa Martin and just down the road from Torrevieja, it is in Orihuela Costa. It's a completely different council from Torrevieja Council. And the issue there lies is that Orihuela town does not have the amenities that is needed for Orihuela Costa. They have to rely on fire services from Torrevieja, which is not even under the same council. So it did take roughly, they reckon that it took 31 minutes from the fire engine. You've got to remember it's at 9 o'clock in the morning where the traffic is busy, and there's obviously a lot of school traffic in Torrevieja and the Orihuela Costa. And it took around about 31 minutes. So to everyone that has a holiday home, make sure that you leave things unplugged, switch things off. When I think just how lucky we have been, because I couldn't imagine if that laptop had went on fire during the night in our house. I mean, luckily I just got up in the morning and the laptop wouldn't work. This woman wasn't as fortunate. She came back from just taking her child to school. Now the local community here in Playa Flamenca and in the urbanisation in question have been absolutely phenomenal. They've been absolutely brilliant, and they have helped out the lady in question. It is a rented apartment, so the landlord, his insurance will cover everything like that, but there's personal items that I've lost, and I think that's what's hard for anybody. I believe that she is now staying with her mother, and we're just glad, I'm just so glad that nobody was hurt during this horrendous fire in, which is, there's holiday homes. There's a holiday home right next door. There's a holiday home right next door to it. And the president of the community, who is a key holder for a lot of the properties in and around that block, had to then contact people to say, look, there's been a fire in the block. We're not sure if there's any damage done to your property, but we will check it out. And fortunately, there was only one other property that had a little bit of smoke damage. But it just shows you, even when you think that there's nothing in a property that can cause fire, to see one that is completely gutted. Now, we do think that the laptop has went on fire, it's went on fire on the table, and then the sofa, and then that's what's caused the majority of the heat and damage within the area. But with nothing on the walls in these properties, you think it's just plaster on the walls, and it's fallen off. It's the roof's caved in, the roof's come off, it's burnt right back down to the brick. And that's one thing that you think when you buy these homes and there's nothing in them, and you think that they're safe. It just shows you they could be complete fire traps. So one thing that you do need to do if you have a holiday home, make sure that you've got insurance cover, not only for the property, if you own the property, but contents insurance as well. It is a godsend, an absolute godsend. So one thing that you do need to do if you have a holiday home, make sure that you've got insurance cover, not only for the property, if you own the property, but contents insurance as well. It is a godsend, an absolute godsend. So when you come to buying a property anywhere in Spain, make sure that you do have plenty of insurance cover. Buy your holiday home. I mean, these properties were only, what, 20 odd year old? 20 odd year old, these properties. But anyway, the good thing is that nobody was hurt, and that's the main thing. Weather today is absolutely fantastic. You would have seen the Torrevieja video go out this afternoon. There's another Torrevieja video that will go out. I'm going to put it out tomorrow now, due to the fact that I'm going to put this video out this afternoon. And the weather's fantastic. T-shirt on, shorts on, what more could you want? And there's a property for sale. I like those ones as well. Down at the Old Haunt in Playa Flamenca. Wonder what these ones are worth now, because they were worth around about 150 grand a few years ago. These ones. But the ones next door are 300 odd grand. And the brand new white and the new design does make these look a little bit dated, but I've got to say that the gardens within these ones are absolutely fantastic. So on that note, it's not the normal type of video, cheery video that I'd like to bring you, but I feel that it's important and it's not clickbait nonsense. Hasta luego.